The neon glow of Tokyo pulsed like a living entity, painting the rain-slick streets in electric blues and pinks. Beyond the bustling city center, hidden behind overgrown foliage, stood the decaying remains of Yoru no Yumi Amusement Park, a graveyard of childhood joy now whispered about in terrified tones. The Mystery Machine's headlights cut through the darkness as it rolled to a stop before the park's rusted gates. The once cheerful entrance arch now sagged precariously, its peeling paint revealing the message, "Fun for the whole family. If you dare." Daphne stepped out first, her violet jacket fluttering in the unnatural breeze that carried the scent of rust and mildew. Well, this certainly sets the mood for a haunting. Fred clicked on his heavy-duty flashlight, the beam illuminating decades of neglect. Perfect place for our next mystery. Velma knelt to examine a waterlogged flyer stuck to the ground. Park closed 12 years ago after the midnight cyclone incident. But ghost sightings didn't start until 5 years later. She adjusted her glasses. The timeline doesn't match typical paranormal patterns. Shaggy's knees knocked together audibly. And maybe the ghosts were fashionably late? Scooby, already plastered against Shaggy's leg, whimpered. "RR rain check?" With a metallic groan, the gates swung open on their own, revealing a nightmare tableau of decaying attractions. The carousel's horses stared with hollow eyes, their frozen gallops now macabre in the moonlight. The scent of rotting wood and stale cotton candy hung thick in the air. Then, with an ear-splitting screech of rusted gears, the Ferris wheel lurched into motion. Daphne grabbed Fred's arm. "That's definitely not supposed to happen." Velma traced a finger along a severed power cable. "This hasn't had electricity in years. Something else is powering these rides." A child's laugh echoed through the park, high-pitched, distorted, and utterly alone. Scooby launched into Shaggy's arms with enough force to knock them both to the ground. "RR Raggy. Ghost." Fred's flashlight beam darted across the shadows. "We need to split up. Daphne and I will check the roller coaster. Velma, take Shaggy and Scooby to the arcade." Shaggy paled. Splitting up? In a haunted amusement park? That's like page 1 of the How to Die Horribly handbook. But the decision was made. As the groups separated, the park seemed to breathe around them, its creaking bones settling with ominous intent. The distant clang of metal on metal. The whisper of something moving just out of sight. Then, the unmistakable sound of the roller coaster powering up, its ancient tracks groaning under sudden strain. Something wasn't just haunting Yoru no Yumi. It was waiting for them. Then it winked out. The gang split up, their footsteps echoing through the decaying amusement park. Fred and Daphne moved toward the towering skeleton of the midnight cyclone, its twisted tracks clawing at the night sky. Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby crept toward the arcade hall, its broken sign swinging ominously in the wind. Fred and Daphne, the midnight cyclone. The roller coaster loomed before them, its support beams groaning under years of neglect. Fred's flashlight revealed patches of fresh rust along the track's unnatural wear for something long abandoned. Daphne brushed her fingers over a faded newspaper clipping pinned to the ride's control booth. Lead engineer vanishes during midnight inspection. Fred pushed open the booth's door, its hinges shrieking. Inside, dust coated every surface except for a single control lever, recently disturbed. Then clang. A sound from above. Fred's beam shot upward, catching a shadowy figure perched atop the coaster's highest drop. Daphne's breath hitched. "Did you see?" The figure vanished. The control monitors flickered to life, displaying grainy security footage of Velma and the others running through the park. Daphne grabbed Fred's arm. "Someone's watching us." A metallic groan echoed through the structure. The roller coaster's chain lift suddenly jerked to life, its rusty gears screaming. Fred's eyes narrowed. "We're not alone." Velma, Shaggy and Scooby in the haunted arcade. The arcade's doors hung crooked, their glass panes shattered. Inside, rows of vintage game cabinets stood like tombstones, their screens dark. Shaggy gulped. "This place gives me the heebie-jeebies." Scooby whimpered, pressing against him. "Ruha." Velma examined a dusty console. These machines shouldn't have power. Every screen flared to life at once, displaying the same glitching message. Play or pay? Shaggy and Scooby screamed in unison, backpedaling into a claw machine. Its prize arm twitched then lunged at them. Run! They bolted as the arcade erupted in electronic chaos. A distorted voice boomed from the speakers. You should not be here. Velma's eyes widened. This isn't a ghost, it's a system override. Outside, the Ferris wheel's lights pulsed crimson, casting the park in bloody shadows. Something was awakening. And it knew they were here. The arcade doors slammed shut behind them with a finality that made Scooby's fur stand on end. The park had gone completely dark, even the Ferris wheel's eerie glow had vanished, swallowed by an unnatural blackness. Velma's flashlight beam cut through the shadows as she examined the arcade's control panel. Someone rewired these machines to respond to motion sensors. This isn't paranormal, it's programmed. A metallic clank echoed through the fog. Then another. Heavy, deliberate footsteps. Shaggy pressed against a broken ticket booth. Like, can we discuss the evil robot elephant in the room? The figure emerged from the mist, a towering mechanical construct cobbled together from park parts. Its body was plated with rusted ride panels, its glowing red eyes scanning the area like searchlights. An animatronic wolf head hung crooked from its shoulder, its jaw dangling by frayed wires. Velma's breath fogged in the suddenly freezing air. That's no ghost. It's a security drone hybrid. The machine's head snapped toward them with a whir of servos. Intruders detected. Scooby let out a strangled yelp as they bolted behind the carousel. The machine stomped after them, its movements jerky but relentless. Fred and Daphne, the underground. Beneath the roller coaster, Fred pried open a maintenance hatch revealing a ladder descending into darkness. The air smelled of damp concrete and burnt wiring. Daphne shone her light on the walls. Someone had scratched frantic warnings into the steel. IT wakes. Don't let IT see you. A sudden hum vibrated through the tunnels as hidden machinery powered on. Red emergency lights flickered to life, illuminating a network of tunnels stretching in all directions. Fred's flashlight caught fresh footprints in the dust. Someone's been down here recently. A monitor crackled to life, showing grainy footage of a man in a technician's uniform, Hiroshi Tanaka, his face gaunt with fear. If you're seeing this, it's already too late. The system wasn't designed to be controlled. It was designed to control. The screen glitched, replaced by live footage of Velma and the others running through the park. Daphne's grip tightened on Fred's arm. It's watching all of us. Above ground, the entire park suddenly roared to life, every ride activating at once in a screeching symphony of rusted metal. The Ferris wheel began spinning wildly, its gondolas swinging like pendulums. From somewhere in the tunnels came a new sound, the grinding of massive gears engaging. Something much bigger was waking up.
Scooby-Doo, we're saying goodbye till the next adventure in the spooky sky. Grab your snacks, the gang's on the road with Scooby-Doo, we're on patrol.